Welcome to Financing the American Dream. I'm your host, Craig Sewing, and today we're taking you all across the country to show you the best of real estate, lifestyle, and culture.
About to check out all of the fun that you can experience at the St. Paul Winter Carnival.
Really brings the whole feeling of community to St. Paul.
We're so blessed to live in Naples, Florida.
Naples, Florida is the place to be.
Today we'll be meeting with Deb Safi of Re,
a desirable location that makes it a perfect place to invest.
We are here at the Philadelphia Eagles tailgate.
We've got the Eagles playing and we're super excited for our tailgate.
Today we're going to show you a luxury estate here in Lake Forest with all the amenities that you can need for an active family.
Sacramento is my hometown.
I moved here 30 years ago. I can hardly believe that.
You're going to love the stories we have to share today. Let's get this show started right now.
The search is over, baby. I'm right here, and I got it.
The American Dream, the only show that combats negative media, not owned by a network, commercial-free, unscripted.
I got it.
These are stories for you and by you.
Hi, I'm Barry Habib. Welcome to American Dream TV. Today I'm in beautiful Delray Beach, Florida, where the winds often change. I'll tell you what, change is what's happening, I think, sometimes when we look at the decision to buy a home or rent. Let's face it, buying a home, it is a little more challenging today because, well, first off, inventory levels are very low, right? And home values, well, we know they've gone up. In the last year, they've gone up by 18%. And then mortgage rates have gone up too. So it's got a lot of folks thinking about their alternatives. What it would be like if I rented a home. Well, first off, my payment, if it was a $400,000 home with 10% down, it would be about $300 cheaper on average if I were renting, depending on where the rent is. That's nice, except your rents, guess what? Not only have they gone up 18% in the past year, but on average, every single year after that, they'll go up between 5 and 8%. So what does that mean? By the third or fourth year, you're going to be better off and having a cheaper payment owning the home than renting it. And get this, if you're thinking about living there like on average 7 years, well, you'd be $12,000 cheaper buying that home than renting. And that includes allowing for your taxes to have gone up and allowing for those repair costs to be taken into consideration. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. You see, there's something that very few people think about. When you make a mortgage payment, there's principal and then there's interest. Well, interest goes to the lender, but principal, that goes to you. That's your own money. You're reducing debt. And in a 7-year period, on this example, you'd wind up benefiting by about $50,000 in amortization. That's amazing. That's your own money, and that creates wealth for you. It's unlike a rental payment, which creates wealth for your landlord. And right now, what we're going to be looking at are ways around the country for you to take a look at lifestyles with real estate agents and mortgage professionals that can help you get some great ideas. Speaking of great ideas, I think I'm going to enjoy some of this wonderful Florida sunshine.
All right, everyone, so we're going a little different this week. We are here at the Philadelphia Eagles tailgate, right in the heart of South Philly, and we're here with Jacqueline McDevitt of the O'Hare home team at Compass. Jacqueline, how are you?
I'm amazing today. It's a beautiful day. We've got the Eagles playing and we're super excited for our tailgate.
And how many people are here, Jack?
We've got about 250 here today. A big crowd behind us.
And the nice thing about this is we're down here, we're having fun, but in the true essence of the city of brotherly love, we're here for a cause today. And Jacqueline, tell us a little bit about why we're here and why you do the tailgate.
Yeah, so this is our 6th year of our Turkey Day tailgate. It's a charity tailgate that we put on. This year's event partners, Big Brothers and Big Sisters, so all the ticket sales are going to them. We are fanatical about our sports here in Philly, but we're also fanatical about giving back to the communities that we buy and sell real estate in.
The market's pretty hot right now, isn't it?
Absolutely. Every deal that we're doing, both on the buyer and the seller side, are multiple offers, over asking. From last year to this year, the Philadelphia market has grown almost 14%.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's incredible.
And And a lot of people are saying, you know, with the pandemic, people are moving out of cities and they're going to the burbs, but those stats, they don't speak to that. It sounds like the city's still seeing a lot of growth.
Yep, there's definitely a cyclical thing happening here, a cyclical shift in Philadelphia. We service from the suburbs of Philadelphia all the way to the beaches. Okay. So for us, we have people moving out of the city and buying second homes. We also have people moving to the suburbs of the city. So it's really a wide breadth of clients.
All right, so it sounds like Philly real estate is still booming. But with the pandemic, I'm sure there's been a shift in what people are looking for if they want to move to the city. So what are people looking for these days in Philadelphia real estate?
So the number one thing our buyers are looking for are home offices.
Okay, sure.
Home gyms.
Yep.
And parking. Since everybody's home now, they want their own private parking spot.
Makes sense. And all those things are attainable in the city of Philadelphia, right?
Absolutely.
All right. So this is a real party here, and it's just so awesome. I mean, 250 people, and it's really supporting such a great cause. Tell us more about it.
Yep, so we partnered with Big Brothers and Big Sisters this year. All the ticket proceeds go to them. They have a mentorship booth right here today, so we're super excited to partner with them and give back to the communities that we buy and sell in.
I love it. So one of the things that I love about Philadelphia is the passion.
Yep.
If you are from other cities, you probably have never seen a tailgate like a Philadelphia Eagles tailgate.
Every sports team that we have here in Philly, our fans are fanatical about. Just like the passion that we have in the city, they have passion about everything else that they do.
Yep, and that's why it's called the city of brotherly love, right?
Yep, city of brotherly love, sisterly affection.
There we go. Everybody comes together in Philadelphia. It is such a great community and such a tight-knit group of people in Philadelphia. It's a big city with a lot of love.
A lot of love.
Thanks for joining us today. I'm so glad you got to see this behind the scenes. This is really the heart of Philadelphia, the passion and the energy that this city has. That's why I wanted to bring you here today, and we're doing it for a great cause. So I'm so glad you were able to join us. Until next time, I'm Chris Schwartz, your host of Financing the American Dream, and I'll see you on the next episode.
Hi, I'm Tammy Ruland, your host of Financing the American Dream. Today I'm excited to share a little history of downtown Sarasota with you. Today we'll be meeting with Aaron DeFazio, current president of the Sarasota Alliance for Historic Preservation, and we'll be touring an airplane bungalow that's been completely restored. Let's go. Hi, Erin.
Hi, how
nice
are
to
you?
see you.
Good to see you.
Thanks for giving us a tour of this property today. Can you tell us a little about it?
Oh, sure. So the property that we're going to see today is a 1925 airplane bungalow. And it's a unique style here in Sarasota. The bungalow is very common, but an airplane bungalow with the second story is not as common. And there's a beautiful garden that the owner has created as well. So this is Tammy.
Hi, nice
this
to
is
meet
Kitty
you.
Kelly.
What a beautiful home you have.
Thank you.
Yeah. How long have you owned it?
20 years.
Oh my
Been here
goodness.
20 years, yeah.
Yeah, and that garden is beautiful.
Thank you.
Will you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, when I got the house, there was nothing. I moved a lot of my plants and a couple of trees from my other property and actually started the garden that way.
One of the key ways that we see history being preserved is in the windows, the formation of the sashes. So here we have, this is an internal window because it's on a porch, but it is a 4/1 double hung sash. And so one of the things that Kitty's done is restored all of the historic windows with their weights and pulleys so they all function. This is a feature that's pretty common in the 1920s home, so it's very much in keeping with the age of the home. And a lot of things may have been removed as changes were made when it was turned into a duplex. So Kitty's been putting back some of the character that may have been lost. A lot of people fear that their property will be worth less money if they have it locally designated or nationally designated. And actually the data shows over and over again that it actually increases property value and stabilizes in a volatile market, and that properties actually gain equity more quickly when they're locally designated, and especially in a district because it protects the context. And you know, in real estate we say that location is the most important part.
Everything.
That location is context, and so the context of the district provides a desirable location that makes it a perfect place to invest.
Kitty, thank you so much for letting us tour your beautiful airplane bungalow home here. It was such a pleasure to meet you.
You're welcome.
And thank you
too.
And thank you so much too, Erin.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today for a little downtown Sarasota history on financing the American dream.
Hello, fellow Americans. I'm Lauren Maxwell, your host today on Financing the American Dream. I am very excited to introduce you to a famous Naples icon who has grown up here in the restaurant business and took the real estate industry to a new level when he has opened over 4 offices and has hundreds of agents. Come on over, I'd love for you to meet him.
Now for the very first time, I believe I can fly. Head to toe, I'm electrified, I can feel.
We are here with Josh Marzucco, the owner, the entrepreneur of Marzucco Real Estate. I am very excited to introduce him because he has built this business from ground up when he was in the restaurant business for years. So Josh, tell us about you and how you did it.
Thank you, Lauren. Thank you for coming in today. So my name is Josh Marzucco. I am the broker and owner of Marzucco Real Estate. We started in a 400 square foot office in 2017. We currently have 4 offices in Florida, and we just turned the corner on 300 agents.
That's amazing. When you grew up, did you ever think you were going to go from being in the restaurant business to running real estate offices all over Florida?
I did not. Had no intentions of doing that. So I was running a sports bar restaurant with my dad and my brother. My dad and I were flipping and building houses on the side, and for years he told me to get my license, and I never took him up on it. So finally I did in 2015. And I quickly became a top producer in the Naples market, and I just had the hunch of starting my own company. I believe that agents should keep 100% of their commission, and we ran with it.
Aside from those great qualities, what makes you stand out from the other agents?
I want to say my availability as a broker. I'm a non-competing broker, so I don't compete against my agents. I'm available to the agents 24/7. We have a very cultural office, an amazing vibe in all 4 of our offices. Agents know they can come in here and get help at any time and keep 100% of their commission.
What more can you ask for, right?
I agree.
So I understand one of your agents has a $7 million listing that you're going to take us to.
We are.
I am super excited to see it. I know our audience will be excited to see it. Come show us.
Let's go.
I'm living my best life.
Josh, for bringing me here to this gorgeous home in Pine Ridge Estates. We're so blessed to live in Naples, Florida. I know people are coming here from all over the country. Tell us about you and your team and how you were able to get this listing and sell this home so fast.
So you're absolutely right, Lauren. Naples, Florida is the place to be. This is an 8,800 square foot home, 5,500 square feet under air, so close to everything, restaurants, beaches, hotels, anything you could possibly need. My agent, Maria Villani, was able to take on the listing. They were past clients of hers. They were so pleased with her work the first time around, they used her to list the home. She listed it. 48 hours later, she had a more than full price offer.
Well, you can see why. This home is beautiful. I mean, just take a look around where we're at. So if you are looking to come to an area where you would like to live, and I mean live, not exist. We go to restaurants, our kids play sports, they're in schools, please call us. You can reach
Josh Marzucco on Instagram or Marzucco Real Estate on Facebook.
I think you know how to reach me, Lauren at MaxwellMortgageLoans.com. Please call us anytime. It doesn't hurt to look. We'd love to meet you.
Bada bing, bada boom, boom, boom. Bada boom, 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 boom. Just do it. Do, 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 do. Bada bing.
In 1886, the St. Paul Winter Carnival was born when a reporter visited Minnesota in the winter and reported that it was as uninhabitable as living in Siberia. The St. Paul today hosts the festival as one of the longest running winter festivals in the United States. Over the years, the festival has taken on a life of its own and incorporated all the local businesses. So it's really a community celebration. So here we are, 136 years later, about to check out all of the fun that you can experience at the St. Paul Winter Carnival. Let's do it. Well, my team has been having a boatload of fun at the Winter Carnival and checking out all the events. And Sherry, who works for my team, her family has personally been involved with the Carnival for like 100 years. So tell us about your history in getting involved with the Carnival.
Sure. My grandma used to march in the parades when she was a young girl, so back as early as the 1940s. And yeah, I can't believe that it's been almost 100 years that our family will have been involved now. My grandpa was a King's Guard in the 1960s, and some of my earliest childhood memories are with my grandparents and with my parents coming down and doing some of the fun events for Winter Carnival. I remember being a little girl and being in Rice Park and all of the snow sculptures and seeing the Vulcans and being scared of them, but then finding out that they're just these great guys that bring summer to St. Paul. So
yeah. Tell me, I know that you were involved in the royalty as well in a couple different ways. So tell us about your journey personally with Winter Carnival.
Sure. So personally, my grandma got me involved in the royalty program in the early 1990s, where I was able to be a junior princess, which is a really great program for youth in the city of St. Paul.
Yeah, I love how the Carnival has been such a part of your family's journey, as well as so many other families within the St. Paul community. And Deb Safi with Remax, I know that this is your first year being involved with Winter Carnival. You're on the selection committee for the Queen of Snows, correct?
Yes, it was such an exciting time. It was so cool to be involved in a 135-year-old tradition.
And how do you find events like this impacting the local real estate community, Deb?
Well, I think that it's really amazing to think that during that 10-day period, 250,000 people are going to attend events in the area, and it is something that's known nationwide. It has a lot of history, and also I think that it really brings the whole feeling of community to St. Paul, and people feeling like they are involved in an opportunity to give back, and that's really important to people in today's world.
Well, let's get back outside, check out more of what the Carnival has to offer.
Finally I feel alive.
We've seen the city of St. Paul take on the true shape of Minnesota nice today, exploring all of the historic Winter Carnival events. So if you find yourself in Minnesota at the end of January, bring your snow gear and bundle up and join us in the festivities for Winter Carnival. I'm your host, Amber Garofalo. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Financing the American Dream.
Thanks for joining us today on Financing the American Dream. Today we're in West Sacramento, California, and we're going to visit a local winery, Baker Family Wines, and taste some delicious wine. But right now we're going to go into this beautiful home in the Rivers community. One of my favorite local realtors, Katie Villegas, is going to show us the home. Come join me. Katie, thank you so much for having us in this beautiful home. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Thanks so much for coming.
Yeah, I love it. So tell me, so this is located in the Rivers community. Tell me about the community.
Well, this is one of the few gated communities here in West Sacramento. It boasts a rec center and a park and a pool for the community here. It's based right upon the Sacramento River, so you can go out for a walk or walk your dogs. It's a beautiful area to raise your family in. We are just a stone's throw away from downtown Sacramento. You could literally take a walk right across the bridges to get to Old Sacramento or the Capitol or wherever you choose to go in Sacramento. It's very, very close.
Cool, I love it. Now, as far as this home, it's beautiful walking in. Tell me about some of the unique characteristics that the owners have done.
Well, this is a 5-bedroom, 3-bath home with a custom stucco job on the outside, travertine floors with cherry wood cabinets and a copper oven hood, beautiful details. They've even done the garage door in a custom paint finish. It's a beautiful, beautiful home today.
I also snuck a peek at the backyard. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Let's head out there.
Yeah, let's go out there. Thanks. So I'm so glad we're in this beautiful backyard. So this holds a special place in my heart. West Sacramento is my hometown. So tell me a little bit about the community and just the environment here in the town.
West Sacramento is such an awesome place to live. I moved here 30 years ago. I can hardly believe that. But it has that small town feel where you can see your neighbors at the grocery store, yet it's located right next to the capital of California. And it's just an incredible community. People are very dedicated to helping people in our community. You and I are both Rotary members. We have incredible sports teams. We have people that really want to help make a difference in their community.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Just the pride in our city of the community and the schools and everything is just amazing. It's definitely my favorite thing about being here too. So thank you. Thanks for sharing this home. And now we're actually going to go over to Baker Family Wines. Rick, we're so excited to be here today. Thanks for having us at Baker Family Wines. So tell me a little bit about the history of how you guys ended up here in West Sacramento and you and Dusty partnered up.
Well, the company actually started in 2013 in San Francisco. We were in a co-op on Treasure Island, but it just became necessary that we had to move the company a little closer to home. We understood, that West Sacramento, an up-and-coming community, they had a beverage district, which is the 3 local breweries. So we just thought that this was the place to come.
Perfect location.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the favorite spots for my family and my team at my company. We love to come and hang out and join you guys and, share wine and also the beer from the tap room. Tell me a little bit about the facility and how you guys run everything.
Well, we do 100% of our production here in the West Sacramento facility, both whites and reds, starting in 2021. 18 and 19, we did all the reds here, and we just didn't really have the refrigeration capabilities to make the whites. But now just bringing everything in-house, close to home, gives us control.
So, and then lastly, just tell me a little bit about the venture you've done with Bike Dog. It's so unique.
Well, when we moved here, we were so welcomed by the residents of West Sacramento. I would say that probably about 90% of our business comes from with the West Sacramento community and then maybe just across the river. So we quickly outgrew using our old space as production and tasting, and so we started looking at the suite next door. Bike Dog was wanting to expand their production. We looked at the common space and said, wow, this little light bulb went off and said, this is a great idea.
Right. Yeah, and I love it. So for instance, I'm a wine lover, my husband, he loves beer, so it's a perfect location that we can both come and enjoy everything.
Yeah, that's great.
Thanks for sharing your place with us today and all the information about the winery. We love having you here in the city, and we'll be seeing more of you. Come by and have a glass of wine at Baker Family.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Delicious as always, Chick. Thanks for being with us today on Financing the American Dream, and we'll see you next time.
Hey
Hey, Mike, welcome to 640 Leland Court. Here, come inside.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Financing the American Dream. I'm your host for Chicago, Mike Wazorek. Today we're going to show you a luxury estate here in Lake Forest with all the amenities that you could need for an active family. Come on, let's go. All right, so this is the first one for the show, Mike. We have an astronomer's dream here, an observation tower in this house. Again, nothing spared in this home. How does this idea come about?
So if your kids are into astronomy, they can bring their telescope and look into the sky, right? Take a look at the stars. And this also provides natural light all the way down to the kitchen.
I spy the kids too. Wow, Mike, another very classy in-home office. It's beautiful. What's the value of having something like this in the home today? I know this is really, really sought after right now.
So office spaces are very desirable, right? In 2022, working from home is pretty much essential. Just imagine having your next Zoom meeting here, having the door closed, so you're a little separation away from the family.
What a beautiful thing to have both in the home, the ability to work from home with privacy and still have the family right outside the door. You can't find this everywhere. Really, you're not going to find this unless you're building new, right?
Right. It's a very desirable thing right now.
The estates out in Lake Forest have the in-home office, and wait till you see the rest of this house. All right, Mike, so we've talked about the functionality of this house. I mean, you got the indoor pool by the kitchen, but the adults, they have to have some fun too, right? So we've made our way down to the bar. I know there's a dance floor, which I fully intend for us to show us, well, you show us at least your moves.
Sure. So, while the kids are asleep, you have a dance floor, private wine cellar, and we have a bar. So I really appreciate you coming down here today with me. I'll pour you a drink. Let's have a good one and see you guys soon.
This is how they get you on the dance floor. Thanks, Mike.
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Financing the American Dream. I've been your host, Craig Sewing. And don't forget, not only can you watch the show here, but also follow us on social at The American Dream TV. Until next time, cheers to your American Dream.